Shalom, family. This is Grammy Yah. Y'all saw the title. We will be doing a fajita meal in a jar. Yes, I said fajita meal in a jar. All right. So today we will be using black beans. Okay. Black beans, pinto beans, whatever beans that you like. But usually there are black beans and pinto beans in fajita. But don't let that stop you. If you like other beans, put the other beans in there, okay? Your kitchen, your rules. All right, and we will have some broth today. And I cut up 3 different color peppers. I cut up green peppers. Everything that you cutting up today, let it be elongated like this, okay? Because this is how fajitas are. So cut your peppers up the long way. Even the onions, all right? And our chicken. So let me just show you how I cut up my chicken the long way. And I'm going to show you how I did it. And do you see how it's kind of brown here? I pre-cooked it. It's still pink inside, but I just cooked it maybe a minute on each side, maybe not even that long, just to give it a nice little crust. And this is going to give you a better fajita meal in your jar. But you don't have to pre-cook it. You can just throw it in a jar, just raw. But it's still raw. But you can just throw it in a jar raw, and you're still going to have a fajita meal in a jar. But I believe that this gives you a better product. And I'm going to take you to the stove and show you exactly what I did to achieve that, okay? So I just want to show you how I cut up my onion. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see exactly what I am doing. And we will be using Taco Bell fajita mix, okay? Great Value has fajita mix. McCormick has fajita mix. Oh, guess what? You can make your own fajita mix. But here is one step that I am cutting out. I'm just going to put 2 packages together, and I will be seasoning my fajita with this mix today, all right? So let me bring this camera down so you can see exactly how I'm cutting these onions and how exactly I'm cutting these chicken breasts. I wound it up with about 5 pounds of chicken breasts, all right? So we're going to see how many jars that I can get. But one of my jars is not going to have chicken in it because we're not doing chicken right now, but we still want a fajita, so it's going to be a vegetarian fajita, okay? So let me bring the camera down and I'll bring you right back. I already cut the onion in half, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in half again, and I'm just slicing it. Just slicing my onion. And then once I slice it, I'm just going to pop it open like that so we can have our nice little slices for our fajita. That's it. Okay? And I'll continue this off camera. So I also want to show you how I cut my chicken breast. I got my chicken breast all clean. I got most of the fat off, and it's pretty long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut my chicken breast in half because we don't want those long strips of chicken. And once I cut it in half, then I'm just going to go through it and just slice it. And this is what I'm going to get. And so I'm going to go through and just slice it again. So now here's your perfect fajita strip. All right, just go through. You can cut it 3 times or 2. It all depends on how thick you want your chicken strips. All right. All right, now I have all my chicken strips. Here we go. These are my fajita chicken strips. Turn my heat on high, and I'm just going to add just a little oil. And it's on high, and I'm just going to drop these strips in here on high. No more than a minute. And I'm going to flip them over. To just get the other side just on the surface cooked. All right? Like I said, you can skip this part. You can just drop them in raw. And that's called raw packing. And this also is called raw packing. But you don't have to do this, like I said. So, yeah. So, I'm going to let that heat up. And while this is heating up, I want to thank my sister and my subscriber for this beautiful apron. Pour your ruach upon me, Yahuwah. Thank you. So, yeah. So, get this heated up. And like I said, we're not going to cook it because it's still going to be raw inside. It's been probably about 30 seconds, and I'm just turning it over. So you see the difference? Once I turned it over, it's white. That's what I want. I just want it to get white. If you want to go a little further and get it a little brown, you can. But you also can get that brownness once you warm it up when you're ready to eat it. So this is it. And just turn your fire off. All you need just to get that little whiteness on it. And then you can see that it's still pink, okay? It's still pink inside. So don't worry about thinking your chicken is going to be overcooked in the canner. It will not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it to the rest of my chicken. I just put a paper towel down there to drain any juice, any oils. All right. And that's it. I have everything for my meal in the jar. Onions, bell peppers, different colors. That's going to make a pretty jar. Oh, let me show you what I did. I kept all the pepper pods, you guys. You see all those seeds right there? These are hundreds of pepper plants. Yes, they are. So what you do is just take them off of this pod and let them dry out. And since spring is coming, you can drop these seeds and have your own pepper plants, okay? And I know it's about 100 seeds here. So for each seed, that is a plant. And for each plant, you can get between 10 to 20 peppers. Yes, so do not throw these away, all right? So here we go. Oh, so now, okay, I already opened one package of the fajita seasonings, okay? We will be using quart-sized jars today, 32 ounces. I will be using 2 packages of the fajita seasonings, all right? Just stir that up, loosen it up a little bit. And now we're just going to start filling our jars. Make sure you can see. You know what? Let me bring you down so you can really see what's going on. Yeah, this is better. You don't need to see me. You need to see what's going in these jars, okay? So I'm going to start with 1 cup of black beans. Okay, 1 cup. These are small beans. 1 cup of black beans. I'm going to add my chicken. All right. Add my chicken. And I'm going to take my debubbler and just push it down just a tad. Add my chicken in this jar. And I'm going to add some peppers in my jar. And I might go back and add more product. We'll see how we end up. And now I'm going to add some onions, okay? Add my onions. And remember, we're going to keep it at a 1-inch headspace, all right? That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to add, this is 1 tablespoon. We're going to add 1 tablespoon, but if you find out that you need more when you're getting ready to eat it, you can always add more. You can always add salt, pepper, other things. But right now, we just want to get our base, all right? Because it's best to not have enough than to have too much seasonings or too much salt, and then you end up with a horrible product, all right? So that 1 tablespoon of fajita mix, that should do it. But if you like it a little bit more spicier, just add more when you're getting ready to heat it up to make your fajita. And we're just going to bring this up to a 1-inch headspace, family. Yes. And now what we have to do is we have to de-bubble. Okay? De-bubble. We always have to de-bubble. And I just want to let you know that my chicken is room temperature because I had to do other things. And while I was doing other things, my chicken cooled off. So room temperature, everything's room temperature. My water going to be room temperature. My broth is room temperature. So you just want to de-bubble, okay? And you'll find out sometimes when you de-bubble, you lose some of your liquids. Because what happened is there's a lot of air. And once the air comes up to the top, you lose your liquid. So we're just going to put it right back to the 1-inch headspace, okay? Let me get my vinegar and paper towel. And now we just have to clean our rims. I don't know how many jars this is going to give me, but I will let you know at the end. I got 5 pounds of chicken breast. I used 3 peppers. And I use 2 onions. So make sure you wipe off your jar lids. Very, very good. And this is the time you can check to make sure that there's no nicks and cracks. And then we want to just put our top and our lid on fingertip tight. Fingertip tight. That's it. And voila. So I'll bring you back after I've finished filling up my jars, and I will show you my vegetarian or my vegan meal in the jar. I'm getting ready to do the vegan fajita meal in a jar, okay? So I just want to let you know that I have 6 jars, 6 quart size jars. So I had enough chicken for 7 quart jars, you guys. And it was 5 pounds of chicken breast. All right. So I've used 2.5 of the chicken broth. So you would need 3 containers. Since there's a half in here, that half probably would have filled up this quart. Now, and these are chicken broth. Now that I'm going to do the vegan one, I will be using vegetable broth, okay? No chicken. This is all vegetable. And I had to open another package of black beans, all right? So 2 pounds of black beans. So now, since this is the vegetarian or the vegan fajita bowl, I will be adding 2 cups of the black beans. And that should give you your 2 pounds of black beans. All right. And now I'm going to add all the vegetables that were left. Green peppers, the red bell peppers, and the orange bell peppers. Okay? And I'm going to add the onions, because this is a vegetable one or vegan jar. All right? About a 1-inch headspace. See, now I'm left with nothing. That worked out really, really good. And now I'm going to add my fajita mix. I'm going to add the remaining of that. So that was a heaping tablespoon of the fajita mix. Now I'm going to add my vegetable broth. So you don't need chicken. You can do a vegetable fajita. All right? And I'm just going to debubble this. Get these air bubbles up out of here. So our jars can seal. Voila, vegetarian one. I'm gonna clean all this stuff up. I'm gonna see you at the canner. Here we go, I got all my mess cleaned up. Look at this, you guys. That is going to be delicious. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave all the things that I used today in the description box. You don't have to buy broth. You can use your own broth. You can use Better Than Bouillon. Today, I just was cutting out some steps today, all right? And that's all. Because I added a step. I was trying to show you the vegan one. Here's the vegan one. Yeah, I added a extra step by pre-cooking my chicken. But that's going to make a better product. And if you're new, always use a funnel. You guys, I didn't use a funnel on some of my bean pouring, but use a funnel. You know, I don't want to show you anything that that I wouldn't do. But today, I don't know, I just forgot to use my funnel on, you know, on some of the beans. But anyway, I have my 7 quart-size jars in here. And now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of vinegar, you guys. Yes, because I have hard water. If you have hard water, add vinegar to your canner because it will keep your jars from coming out cloudy, okay? So I am working with a Presto 23 quart canner. You may have another canner, but with the Presto 23 quart canner, this is very important. We got to make sure this gauge dowel is tight. Make sure this goes up and down. Turn it to the side and twist it away, and one side twist towards you. And you want to make sure that is tight, because I've been hearing a lot of people talking about their canner is not coming up to pressure. And if you're working with a Presto 23 quart canner, this is usually the culprit right here. If this is loose, if you can turn this, that means your canner will not come up to pressure. And I remember when I was new that my canner would reach 5 and that was it. So yeah, and then this vent pipe, make sure you can see clearly through this vent pipe, all right? And make sure that your rubber gasket is in there good. And every now and then you want to take it out and you want to oil it. All right, here we go. Close the lid. Make sure your canner is in the middle of your eye, and I will start this up on medium high. And once this vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam steady for 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. All right, family, this vent pipe has been shooting steam for 10 minutes steady. Put my weight regulator on it. And now I have to wait until my canner comes up to 10 pounds of pressure. Once it gets to 10 pounds of pressure, I'll bring you back. If you do not know your elevation, just Google it. Family, I will now set my timer for 90 minutes because I have reached 10 pounds of pressure. I will dial my heat back just a tad to keep it between 10 and 11. And I will let this process for 90 minutes. And when it's processed for 90 minutes, I will turn my fire off and I will let it come down from pressure on its own. And when that button right there drops, it will let me know that I am safe to open my canner. I just want to say one thing. In my vegan or my vegetable fajita stir fry, I just want to let you know that I use black beans, and black beans are small beans, so you can get away with 2 cups of black beans. I wouldn't try that with any other bean, okay? So I just want to let you know. And you guys, with this fajita mix, only thing you have to do is just put it on the stove, add some more seasonings if you want to, and get you a fajita wrap and wrap it up and put your toppings on, sour cream, cilantro, and salsa. You can do all that. Get you some cilantro and lime rice. Oh, and pour this mixture over that. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Hey, if you have not hit that subscription button, go ahead and hit that subscription button, y'all. It's been about 20-25 minutes. Take off the weight regulator. This button been dropped about 20 or 25 minutes. I'm going to take off this lid. It is full of steam, you guys. And I'm going to lift it up away from me and let it back down. Woo! You guys, that fajita mixture smells so good. This time, I'm going to take it and I'm going to lift it up away from me and I'm going to carry it to the sink. Oh my goodness. Smells so good, you guys. Here we go. This is that one with the 2 cups of beans. I'm not going to bore you taking out every last jar. Voila, here we go. 7 jars of fajita chicken, you guys, minus 1 vegetarian or vegan fajita. Okay, this is going to be so delicious. It looks good. It looks delicious. You know, black beans, you know, got it looking a little dark, and it may look ugly. I think somebody said chicken look ugly. They call it ugly chicken or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's going to taste delicious. All right. So if you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.